Street stopped at first, and he probably could have laid that into a triple.
Not a lot of effort there, but that's all right. Take the safe one, and now we look at Denton and Winfield's communication problem out there. This usually you solve when you're about 8, right? You call it, I got it, not that hard.
Jenny Finch seems rattled. You want your defense to come through behind you there.
And Matt Castle, the Chiefs quarterback, roping a single to left field. So we have a rally here with one away for the home team. And now, see, I like George Brett in this spot.
What are you doing there?
Stone Street is running the bases like an 89-year-old guy trying to cross the street in Manhattan. I don't know if you can see it on TV, but it's fantastic to watch in person.
Station to station. And manager Sutcliffe, who's also the catcher, looked like he was going to give him 4 wide. I don't think you want to do that to this crowd.
Yeah, that would cause a riot.
I think we want to let a guy who's in Hall of Fame who's got 3,000 hits go ahead and take a swing at it.
I'm going to predict a home run right here, Jim. Maybe 3-1 odds? You give me 3-1 odds? We're going to start gambling.
Denton got a beat on it this time. Make sure Winfield stays out of his way.
Oh, boy.
And George Brett retired for the second out of the inning.
I want to see Stone Street do the running of the Bulls. I think that should be his next move. Because if it's anything like him on the base pass right now, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah. All right, here, Haley Reinhart on American Idol as well. Just out in front, not hustling.
Oh, boy.
Sutcliffe down to first to retire the side.
I hate to say I told you so, but you put her in the 5 spot. There's going to be trouble.
You saw that coming. We're through 1 in Kansas City. Due up for the National League here in the second inning. Jenny Finch, Andre Dawson, James Denton. As we prepare for the second inning here of the Taco Bell All-Stars Legends Celebrity Softball Game. Raleigh Fingers still throwing. Finch. New third baseman for this half inning. Matt Castle, and that pulled the man off, pulled the first baseman off.
Controversial first hit.
Mike Sweeney, longtime Royal great, pulled off the bag.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just wanted to give them a hit, personally.
There's Castle. Good arm for a quarterback, but, you know.
Hey, he looked nice on that play.
She beat it out.
I applaud Jenny Finch for her hustle.
The Hawk. Hall of Famer Andre Dawson now at the plate.
Played for the Red Sox, but we had probably the worst stretch of his career, which is always awkward. You feel like he's a Red Sox, but not really.
That's in the gap. Ricky Henderson able to glove that one. So the National Leaguers with runners on first and second.
I think their big mistake for the American League was taking George Brett off third base. Where in Kansas City, you don't take George Brett out of third base.
I don't think.
How do you do that?
I think George plays all 10 positions at some point.
George plays where he wants.
James Denton in his 8th softball game and pops up. Raleigh fingers. And the problem could be there is he's wearing a Reds cap. He is traditionally a Twins guy.
Right.
But he's had enough now.
8 straight celebrity games.
It was funny before I said that. It's not so funny.
Now, there was some question as to whether Rick Sutcliffe's back was going to allow him to swing away, but...
Right. It actually reminded me a lot of Kurt Schilling Game 6 of 2004 ACLS, where you don't know, but somebody's got so much heart, you just figure they're going to show up.
The 84 Cy Young Award winner goes the other way with it.
Base is loaded now.
Right through the Tony Gwynn sort of, what is that, the 3.5 holer? They're just poked it over there, and that'll load them up.
We've seen Horatio Sands at this spot before.
Big spot.
Now, if you were in this game, would you go for a homer, or would you just go for the gappers?
No, you go for the home run.
I would go for the gapper because I'm over-competitive.
You probably hit it the other way. You probably hit it the other way.
Yeah.
Did you hit it to the girl in co-ed softball?
I'd aim for whoever the female American Idol was playing right field. Oh.
And right over.
Oh, it's a triple play!
Had a chance.
Oh, my God. Now, that would have been amazing.
Saul Bosquez, one of our wounded warriors.
Wow.
Makes a great stop.
That would have been absolutely incredible.
He picks that one.
I thought he caught it, but it was a grounder.
So he gets the force at second and then slips down. And take a look at that replay. So we have runners on first and third, and one crosses there on the fielder's choice. And now his teammate on the Wounded Warriors and Amputee softball team, Matt Kinsey, comes to bat.
What do you think the odds are of a triple play in a celebrity softball game? I'm going to say 1,000,000 to 1.
I mean, just at best, right? Matt Kinsey drinking in the applause from the appreciative crowd here in Kansas City for not only himself, but all the fellas in the military who serve our country so well. And with a base hit, drives in Andre Dawson. It is 2-0 in favor of the Nationals.
Suddenly I'm not feeling so good about my pick.
And David Nail, the country singer, due up next.
I have to admit, I did not know who David was. You could have convinced me pro wrestler. You could have convinced me country western singer. You could have convinced me sports anchor. I would have believed anything.
He's from down there in the Boot Hill of Missouri. I don't know if you're familiar with that. And he sprints down to first, gives good effort. Sweeney beats him back to the bag. What was the call? No. Bo was going to protest.
Oh, that's a bad call.
I thought he was out. Would you argue with Bo Jackson?
How could you not say that Bo knows that was a bad call joke? I was waiting for it for 5 seconds there.
Listen, sometimes in 3-0 you let it go. I think Sweeney was there.
Bad call.
Oh, he is safe.
I told you he was safe.
Bo knew.
Getting another look at it. He's safe and the bases are loaded.
Steve Garvey
still has the forearms that he had with the Dodgers and the Padres. That's your guy. He went for the gapper.
That's what you do. You know what? Oh, that was nice. Steve Garvey drives and runs. That's what he's put on earth to do. That's what he did in the 70s. That's what he did in the 80s. That's what he did right there.
Sands and Kinsey score. 4-0 now.
You know, Steve Garvey's not in the Hall of Fame, which is really annoying to me. Because if I think of first baseman in the 70s, which is when I grew up,
right,
I think Steve Garvey first, the defining guy of that decade.
Paul DeMeo with a base knock. Drives in a run. He's from Extreme Makeover, Home Edition.
I have a serious question.
Let's have it.
Because this is taped live. It'll make me look good.
How would you feel if you were batting 13th in a game? This is the U.S. soccer captain, Carlos Bocanegra. Base knock.
Man. Oh, there's a rhyme to their reason.
And look at Garvey taking the extra base. He's going to score.
Yeah, he'll do that. He's still mad about the Hall of Fame.
When was the last time you think Bocanegra was in a game where it was 6-0 for his team? Just scoring 6. I'm not disparaging U.S. soccer. I'm just saying that if we scored 6.
Right.
He must think, are you kidding? We're done now, aren't we?
I feel bad for Bocanegra. Soccer's becoming so popular, and he's kind of like nearing the tail end of his career, right?
Yeah.
Like he kind of missed the wave.
Ozzie Smith back up again. Looks at that one. Fingers getting busted around pretty good here in the second inning.
I got to be honest. I don't know why Fingers is still pitching.
Ozzie going to go over. He is bad from that. Not as much as a home run threat here. But listen, if it goes out, I reserve the right to yell, "Go crazy, folks," in honor of Jack Buck.
They call that move the Ann Hetch.
Just going back and forth to one side or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Ozzie, right there. Vasquez gloves it. And a nice round of applause for the Wounded Warriors' defensive work. So at the end of an inning and a half, 6-0 in favor of the National League, and we go back down to Tim Kirchen.
Eric, Jenny Finch, fast pitch to you. What was that all about?
Well, I think it was highly inappropriate. I think it was completely out of bounds, literally and figuratively. Certainly wasn't a strike, and it could have injured me, and then fans across America wouldn't have had Modern Family maybe for the first week of the show. And then would we be laughing and making fun of me? No, I don't think so.
You hit the ball really hard.
Thank you.
Right, you hit it hard, but some of the guys upstairs are making fun of your speed.
Oh,
what do you have to say to them?
Well, I weigh 250 pounds. That's first of all. I don't play baseball or softball professionally, regularly, or casually. I don't run on a regular basis, and I would invite them to come to my show and act for a while and let me make fun of their acting ability. No, the truth of the matter is, I never looked at the distance between the bases until I hit a ball, and I was like, oh my God. And we didn't have a first base coach, which just happened over here with Jenny Finch. She didn't come home because no one was there, and I thought there's no way I could make it from first to second, and then I realized the bases were closer. I could have had a double for sure.
Hilarious.
But honestly, to the guys in the booth, I can't say it on ESPN, but go do something to yourself.
Back to you guys.
Well, now quickly, let us just say, we were more about the station-to-station quality of his base running and not necessarily the speed.
Right. I would be worried that he was going to kick my butt, but I know he would just come at me in 90-foot intervals and then stop.
I believe Mike Sweeney has gotten the home team on the board.
Oh, my Lord.
That was deep.
That's where it's not fair. That's where celebrity softball becomes unfair. When you put the guy who hit a lot of homers in the majors, and now he's in this game.
And there are times, right, when you're in the majors, when you're going good, that's how the ball looks.
Yeah. Big and green and neon.
Right. Sometimes it looks like an aspirin tablet, but when you're out in one of those streaks. So Sweeney, big. So Bill Self again to mixed reviews as he comes in for his at-bat. Bill says hasn't swung the bat in competition since 1992. And Self yards one.
Whoa. Just turned the boos to cheers.
Suddenly.
What a fickle crowd. I can't believe it.
The Kansas, look at him. Gave it a little Kirk Gibson there.
Yeah.
Between second and third. He was scared frightfully about this game. Said he hadn't played since '92. Went to the cage to work on that with his kids. Said it was awful, and I believe that he was playing possum.
That was a pretty nice swing. I want to know why the Kansas City crowd, all it took was one home run for them to be back on the Bill Self bandwagon. What happened to your Kansas-Missouri rivalry?
Right, well, he lost the national championship game, so some of the KU people weren't happy with him right away. But now they're back, and it's all harmonious until somebody brings up the SEC. But until then, everybody's good with Coach Self.
I got to say, it makes me sad to see Steve Garvey catch. He's probably the greatest first baseman of our childhood.
Toward Overstreet from Glee. That is back-to-back-to-back.
That was a bomb.
That's the deepest part of the ballpark, I think, right?
I've totally changed my opinion on Glee.
And we might not have to tape your change of heart in one of the commercial breaks. So fireworks at the plate and here in the crowd in Kauffman Stadium.
I'm covered either way. We taped it both ways. Either way, I'm going to be right about this game.
You get the bird's eye view of the home run. I didn't look at they got minions hiding behind the wall there that go running out after it goes over. There's some pressure on our wounded warrior here, Sal Vasquez. Great plays in the field, and again, listen to the reception to our military personnel.
Can we talk about the fact that this game is basically sold out? They don't usually sell out the celebrity softball game, do they? It's just like, this is a big sign of support by Kansas City.
I think it's usually well attended, but I think Kansas City very happy to have this team. Well, proud Americans if you're listening. Would it be cooler to hit a home run or say, I grounded out to Ozzie Smith?
Hit a home run.
That is the first time in Taco Bell All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball history we have had back-to-back-to-back home runs.
I thought it happened in 1975, but no, I guess I was wrong.
You got bad information. American Idol winner David Cook. Wow. Base knock through the right side.
A lot of stereotypes are going out the window today. American Idol, Glee.
Bokenegger couldn't get to that one. Now Joe Carter. You could make Hall of Fame credentials for Joe Carter, couldn't you?
He had an iconic homer.
And just season after season after season for team after team after team of 100 RBI seasons.
You know, my buddy Gus, who we both know, he always used to call Joe Harmless Joe.
Yeah?
Because he said he never came through and it mattered. And then he hit an iconic World Series homer to clinch the World Series. And shoved it right in Gus's face. Not that he knew who Gus was.
That was the end of that one. Well, I'm sure, though, informed, he would say, good for him.
All right, Raleigh's really the Babe Ruth of celebrity softball. They had to put him at the end of the lineup because everybody is so bored watching him hit home runs.
Well, he's only batting 12th. There's one more after him. But he usually homers in this thing.
Yeah, see how Janie Finch, it was sneaky what she did just there. She threw a bad pitch and was hoping that he was going to swing at it, and he didn't. Oh,
booty. John Hamm can't handle it at third, right through the wicket.
He's still my MVP pick. I don't care.
By the way, I don't know if we have an actual poll, but just from what I can tell, 96% of all the women in our viewing audience agree with you. So that's good.
Oh, good.
So, and now, right, the men's choice in this, obviously, for MVP right here would be Chrissy Teigen. Did she just put a peck on Garvey's cheek?
Yeah, that could get dangerous.
Now, she was tweeting yesterday. She was preparing for this game diligently, or at least in a liquor store. So,
and now she's kissing Steve Garvey. I like where this is headed in 9 months.
Swing and a miss there.
And you know Jenny Finch can't stand her either because it's like the cute girl competitive thing. So she's going to try to strike out.
Right. Right to Ozzie Smith. He'll take that to the third out of the inning. So it's 6-3 after 2 here in Kansas City. for inning number 3, John Hamm trying to atone for his atrocious error in the last inning, and instead rounds out for the first out of the inning.
I'll tell you, this has been a tough year for Don Draper in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yep.
What's going on, young man? What are you doing?
How long do you think that marriage lasts?
Huh?
How long do you think the marriage lasts?
I think the marriage is over. Don had the twinkle in his eye again in the season finale. Spoiler alert! Draper's taking a long walk back. Long, slow walk back.
Yep.
Because I think he's mad at himself. He knows he cost me my money.
Dave Winfield stepping in now for his second at bat.
Winfield's one of those guys you see walk now and your knees hurt just looking at him.
Well, he can still walk.
He can still do that.
He doesn't need to jog. He doesn't need to go any faster than that. Winfield. I don't know if he has opposite field power anymore, but he certainly can yank it over there to left field. Jenny Finch up for her second at bat against Raleigh Fingers. Rounds it over there to third. Matt Castle.
Nice. You know, that's the Bill Belichick influence right there.
You think that's
See
what
how
it
he
was?
quit?
Stayed with
That's
it
what
the whole way.
Belichick teaches his guys.
How'd you feel about the pick at first base by George Brett?
How did I feel about it?
Yeah, that was. I think that maybe that had something to do with it.
All I saw was the Castle throw from a former Belichick student.
Andre Dawson, the bat here in the third. Lazy fly ball.
The Hawk. That reminds me of his last 2 Red Sox years.
David Cook able to glove that and zips in. So outside of the Winfield home run, the National League goes rather quietly in their half of the third inning. Now let's go back down onto the field. Timmy Kirkshin and his guest.
Coach, you told me you hadn't played softball in 20 years, and then you went deep. What was that all about?
No swing in 20 years right there. I guess it's better to be lucky than good. Even a broken clock's right twice a day, right? So I was pretty lucky. I think Miss Finch may have something for me next time I get up, though.
Now, I'm not familiar with this area, frankly, but were those people booing you at this ballpark?
No, that couldn't happen. I don't think Missouri fans or K-State fans would do that to a Kansas guy at all. I don't know what that was. They must have been a case of mistaken identity.
Thank you, Coach. Back to you.
There you have it. To just use one of the cliches that Bill left out, blind squirrel finds an acorn.
I don't believe him at all. I don't believe that he hasn't swung a bat in 20 years and just miraculously hit a home run. I don't believe college basketball coaches in general. It's anything they say.
Might not be a terrible rule of thumb, but
Yeah.
self-played for a lot of years with Garth Brooks in Stillwater, Oklahoma when they were going to school there. Garth, obviously a proud OSU Cowboy. They played together for like 7 years, and then when they got done in 92, he never played again. That's when he was still an assistant coach there at Oklahoma State before he moved on and got his first head coaching job at Oral Roberts University.
Can the sports bloggers who are listening to this or watching this, can they just find me a softball shot of Bill Self from like 2001? This is a scandal.
Ricky Henderson, leadoff batter. So we're back at the top of the lineup for the American League. Ricky being Ricky. I don't know if I'm down with that. David Neal, he just called off Horatio Sands.
Yeah, you don't do that. I have a question. Why hasn't Tim Kirkshin interviewed Ricky Henderson yet? It's the third inning. This should have been the first interview we did.
I think we'll eventually get to that. It might be a time thing.
One of the rules of sporting events are if Ricky Henderson's at the game, you interview him. You just do. You don't even think about it.
And now it's our good friend Eric Stonestreet, who, now that he is familiar with how far the bases are apart, might do much better.
Man.
That's unfortunate for him. But, the good news, he doesn't look like he's limping.
I'm really disappointed. I want to see him on the base pass again, and now it's a race against time. We got to make sure he gets on there one more at bat.
And kudos to John Hamm, much better play at third that time.
He's back.
And now, get ready for your moment of Belichickness. Matt Castle.
Look at that. I guarantee, like in 2007, 2008, he's shooting the crap with Belichick, and Belichick says, "Hey, Castle, let me just show you something, how to swing a softball bat." And it was ingrained in him from that moment on.
And it's just a good, smart play.
Right.
That's all it was.
That's what you do.
The beloved George Brett back in Kauffman Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Racing over there and just foul.
Who was that? I felt like he could have laid out for that. Who's the right? Oh, Bocanegra.
Bocanegra?
Yeah, see the soccer player.
If he dies for that, it's going to hit him in the head.
The only way he would have dove is if somebody had seemed like they had pushed him.
Right, then we'd have to bring a stretcher. He wouldn't have gotten up for a while.
Nah, man, the soccer player stereotypes just went skyrocketed up on that.
I have Brett homering here.
I've been waiting on it. The crowd wants it. We have a capacity crowd here.
National League leading 7-3.
That's it. Smart play.
Let's face it, the guy made a lot of money and raised his batting average a lot, hitting single after single after single after wearing guys out.
Yeah. So they wanted to get some people on base for Haley, and that was the game plan going in.
Got a piece of it.
Oh.
Hamm gets Castle. See, heady play, knows you got to know the situation. Get the easy out. It's right there.
Who's the American League manager? Because they ruined this game with the lineup. Bo Jackson. I blame Bo Jackson for this gambling loss.
7-3. Not just softball, celebs have always wanted to.
There he is! My man Gabe Kaplan.
You are big on Battle of the Network Stars.
So happy. This montage was tailored just for me.
Better with the stars, dancing or Battle of the Network Stars or Dancing with the Stars?
Nothing has ever been better than Battle of the Network Stars. That was one of the greatest things of all time, and now the celebrities are just too big to do it.
Well, that, and we used to only have 3 networks.
Yeah.
So you could do that. Now you got to have 72. It'd be like a year-long comp. It'd be like watching the tennis's Davis Cup when you're never quite sure exactly when they're playing.
I'll tell you something. When Kaplan dusted Conrad in the first Battle of the Network Stars, I'm not lying. That was one of the best moments of my life.
Seminal moment of childhood. James Denton.
He might not get a return invite here.
I can't believe that.
This might be 8 and out for him.
I don't. He's
got to get another show. Somebody's got to put James Denton on a show.
Although I have suggested after 8 times and given the Desperate Housewives is nearly finished, I think we should kill him off by the end of the
kill him off in the softball game.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting.
And then next year we tune in to find out who did it.
I love this idea. Can we do it? Can we organize this in 2 innings?
Can we get that? We find somebody and a number of people who might be reasonable suspects.
I'm going to rule out Stone Street.
Look at that. They put a shift on for Sutcliffe. He tried to go the other way. I'll be honest. How about a match race, Stone Street and Sutcliffe? We would not make. Nightfall.
Can Winfield be in it? I don't understand the point of doing that shift against a righty batter. What was the point of that?
I'm not sure.
You shift people to the left? I'm telling you, Bo Jackson might be a worse manager than Grady Little.
Horatio Sands hard, but right out there at David Cook. Hey, look at Cook was natural. Excellent flow on that. Went back, made that look easy.
I just realized that we're televising this, and Bo Jackson can probably kick my butt. I'm gonna cool off. I don't want to be beaten up by Bo Jackson.
Well, yeah, because you already got Stone Street after us. We don't want to have those two double up. They go with Wonder Twin powers. We're done.
Well, Stone Street, I feel like I can outrun because again, he runs in 90-foot intervals.
Matt Kinsey, our wounded warrior, again. Fans appreciative that he is here tonight playing. Ricky Henderson, not maximum effort at that point.
Yeah, actually reminded me of the last 5 years of his career. Right?
But you said he got on base. He still could get on base. He could still get runs.
Yeah, that's... now Ricky's on the list. So, and I'm not going to make it out alive, John.
At your request, we are going to hear from Ricky Henderson.
Thank you.
David Nail, pride of Kennett, Missouri. They got country singers thick on the ground down there in Kennett because you know the Sheryl Crow, she's from the Kennett as well.
Oh.
Base knock. You know what they pitch down there in Kennett, don't you?
What?
Watermelons. That's what every kid that ever grew up in Kennett, Missouri, down in the Boot Hill, that's what they do for summer jobs. They raise watermelons and they pitch watermelons into the truck. That's just me bringing you more Missouri stuff than you probably want to know.
I'm allergic to watermelons, so that sounds like a town I shouldn't go to.
You're safe. You got nothing. So the bases are chucked.
Was that your boy Bill Self who didn't lay out for that grounder there? At second base? I feel like it was.
No, I think Self is on the bench here.
Well, the second baseman did not lay out for that grounder. I didn't appreciate it.
Listen, you injure yourself in celebrity softball, that's not a story you can tell.
Garvey is looking for MVP votes here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Ricky going back. And that's going to clear him off because look at Nail. No, they held him up. Winfield held him up at third. Bags for Garvey.
I was hoping for a Nail Stone Street collision a la Rose Fosse in 1970, but it wasn't meant to be.
That would have been ugly.
Ricky's mad. They might have to take Ricky out of the game.
No, they can't do that.
Oh.
Paul the Mayor. Right back to Fingers. Third out of the inning. So the National Leaguers are gone in the fourth, but they stretch their lead to 9-3 as we head to the home half of the fourth inning. Before we do that, here's Tim Kershaw.
They kill him. Ricky, you're one of the greatest outfielders of all time, and your teammates are giving you trouble for that ball going over your head. What is that all about?
They put me out of a bad position, and then they want to talk about me when the ball hit on my head. So Joe Carter's supposed to be playing. He told me, come in. Now he tell me, say, go back. So when I couldn't... Sorry, every time I come in, they hit it on my head. I go back, they hit the ground ball. So I'm playing a love.
You're the greatest leadoff hitter of all time, and Bo Jackson is thinking that he might have made a mistake hitting you leadoff tonight. What do you think about that?
Because I think I'm trying to hit the leadoff home run. I was trying to get my wrong score, but Bo's want me to hit the ball on the ground. And he said he wanted to see me run. But I said, Bo, I'm trying to trot right now.
Thanks, Ricky.
Thank you.
Back to you.
See, the thing that softball, Ricky Henderson can't steal in softball.
I just want to say every Ricky Henderson interview is absolutely spectacular.
Never disappoints.
I really feel like he should be the sidekick on a late-night television show.
That would be good.
But Jimmy Fallon doesn't really technically have a sidekick, I don't think. Why couldn't we just have Ricky Henderson?
Mike Sweeney decides to lose a second baseball.
He's showing off.
Good height on that one. Now, who is back there? James Denton smartly was playing actually where you would play on Tuesday. And the umpire has again decided that will be ruled 4 bases, home team.
Funny move by James, but I still don't think he's getting invited back next year. I think it's 50-50 at this point.
I don't know. I've heard a jersey retirement ceremony might be in order.
Bill Self, who's allegedly hasn't swung a bat in 20 years before tonight. All right, this is ridiculous. Come on.
Foul for the Kansas coach.
I'm telling you, somebody's got to find video of him between 93 and 2010 of him just raking it at some softball game.
Homered in his first time up. And this time Ham will handle the chance. Dawson over at first. And Self.
Oh, Self got hurt. We have an injury.
Maybe he hasn't run since 1992. Is that possible? And it wasn't the swing?
Yeah, this is a pet peeve of mine. If you're a coach of a major college program or professional team, I feel like you should be able to run.
Cord Overstreet homered his first time up, and that one harmless.
I'll tell you though,
field.
He's raised a lot of eyebrows in this game. I saw Glee, and I just think that's the show where they just do musical stuff, right?
They do a lot of singing.
Was not expecting bombs from Cord Overstreet.
You realize they're just acting, right?
What?
That's what it is. And singing. Saul Bosquez, our wounded warrior.
I have an idea.
Oh, for the American League, Ozzie Smith just let that look like he was going to make a play, and then into left center for a single.
I have an idea. If this becomes a lead of more than like 10 runs,
right?
The last inning, I think Kirchner just continues to interview Ricky Henderson. And that's just the last inning. And we could have the game in like a small tiny screen as Ricky just talks.
Just the opposite of the whole big picture small, but we make Ricky and Timmy the big one.
I can't be alone. I can't be alone on this. I know America's not in.
A goat rope from David Cook.
David Cook.
Vasquez going to get over into third. Double for Cook. It's 9-4 with 2 aboard for Joe Carter.
David Cook. Oh, we have a researcher. Was he the one that beat Adam Lambert? No. He's the one that beat somebody.
Do you watch that show?
I may or may not watch that show.
So you're not fundamentally against the singing shows on the TV?
No, I like American Idol. I like Simon. When Simon left, I was never the same for him.
Oh, Joe Carter just hit that a long way. Wow. He wrecked that softball. Fireworks again.
Holy mackerel.
You think that was for Gus? I don't know. Some pent-up.
Harmful Joe. You know, has anybody ever hit the ball out of the stadium in a softball game? I'm sure that's happened. That was like 20 feet away from going out.
2 years ago in Anaheim, Tim Salmon came close.
9-7 all of a sudden, John.
So he turns around and boy,
Oh, yeah.
He didn't run down to first as enthusiastically as when they beat the Phillies, though. Perhaps not quite as exciting for him. Raleigh fingers there with the base hit.
David Cook beat David Archuleta. I knew he beat a signature guy. David Archuleta had that. He sang Imagine. He did basically an acoustic Imagine. He was like 16.
How about you quit talking and we watch Chrissy Teigen?
All right, good point.
Right back to Jenny Finch.
Cat fight.
We can only hope. So 4 in the fourth for the American team to draw within 9-7. I know most folks think, oh, Kansas City softball, but they also very famous for steaks and barbecue here in this city. And
yes.
You have the sort of a compilation of barbecued brisket and nachos.
This is called the briscatacho, which is the single greatest name I've ever heard of for food that could probably kill you. It's got nachos, it's got coleslaw, corn, brisket. I don't know what else is in here. And a home run.
As we were discussing your briscatacho, Carlos Bocanegra with a home run. Stretched the lead back out to the National League by 3-10-7. But, yeah, this thing, and what we should point out, right, this is order number 2. You've already gone through one of these bad boys. See, it's not like you're just putting this up for show. You've attacked this with great zeal.
It has a lot of things that I like. Basically everything in it.
Including corn, right, which is the vegetable. That sort of makes it healthy.
I like that Obama is trying to get this country on some sort of health kick, and I could order the briscatacho.
Right, yeah, Michelle Obama, the First Lady, would not be happy to see that on television.
No.
So, Ozzie Smith back batting left-handed again. Do you think Tom Niedenfuhr just gets the shakes every time he sees Ozzie on the left-handed side? Guy goes 3,800 at bats with nothing, and then he cranks one on you in the playoffs.
Oh, man.
There's Ozzie. Foul. That's about as far as I think he can hit one.
Well, even that Niedenfuhr homer, it was like barely made it. Was that the one I'm thinking of? It was like down the line? Oh, what am I thinking of? One of those. I'm thinking, I can't remember.
That's more like it for Ozzie. Gets it on the ground, get a base hit. See, when he first joined the Cardinals, his manager then, Whitey Herzog, who also, of course, legendary manager here for the Royals as well, they used to trade dollars. Every time Ozzie hit one on the ground, Whitey gave him $1. Every time that Ozzie hit one in the air, he had to give Whitey a buck.
All right, this is big.
John Hamm, here we go. Another St. Louis guy.
He might have done it.
Hamm will touch them all. To
dead
center field.
I knew he had one in him.
That MVP quality from John Hamm. Ozzie Smith to score ahead of him.
And also clutch homer there. Extended the lead. Yep.
It's funny, Hamm, who is, well, you know him a little bit, obviously.
Like a Christmas tree. You guys ready?
Sort of follow up the John Hamm homer, David Winfield. Dave Winfield actually homered in this game already, so the power part of the lineup for the National League. Fingers still in there despite giving up 12 runs and 16 hits through 4+ innings. And Winfield didn't quite get that one. But couldn't quite get over there from left field.
I just want to say I'm glad that Hamm homered, because I was really starting to worry that what was happening was going to affect season 6 of Madden negatively.
But now we got a chance?
No, now it's fine. You got a homer, that's it. Nobody else remembers what happened.
Jenny Finch.
Here's what happens when you do a celebrity.
At Saul Bosquez.
When you do a celebrity softball game, your friends, your coworkers, whoever, you come back and they say, "How was the game?" And then the next question is, "Did you hit a home run?" They don't care who won. They don't want to know any of the details. They want to know, did you hit a home run or not? John Hamm can now tell his friends that he hit a home run.
Right. Do you think Andre Dawson's friends asked him if he hit a home run in softball? Or are they good enough with just like, hey, I saw your plaque in Cooperstown?
Yeah, I think they're good with the plaque and the 87 MVP.
Right.
It's probably all set.
I noticed when you're right up on the Cooperstown plaque, nowhere did it mention your home run in celebrity softball. Whoa. That was a good bat flip, too.
That was good.
That reached out there.
Joe Carter's still the longest home run tonight.
Yep.
Judy's in front of the big man.
So a pitching change for the American League. Andre Dawson has chased Raleigh Fingers, and George Brett now on the mound to face James Denton.
I would say Raleigh Fingers' sabermetric stats, not good in that game. Very high BABIP, very high FIP.
Denton disappointed with that effort.
Hey, John, I was thinking, because we see a lot of homers in these games.
Yes.
Might be a way to spruce it up. You have the homer fence that we have there.
Right.
Maybe you put a second one about 75 feet back.
Right.
Goes over there. It's worth 2.
How about we just move it back so it's not so easy to hit 1?
All right, fine.
And poured Overstreet, hustled in, couldn't make the play, and Sutcliffe scurries to first.
I think that.
So George Brett didn't make his name here in Kansas City as a pitcher. You see 2,700 career games. This is the first time he's ever come in relief. Mostly there at third.
It's like there's a hemorrhoid joke here, but I can't think of it.
Probably should let it go then.
Okay.
You don't want to force the issue.
Nah, I don't want to force it.
Horatio Sands. That's ruled fair. Over the bag. And now Sutcliffe running ahead. That should have been many extra bases. Instead, we've had some problems there at second with Carter and Sutcliffe. Look at it again. Is that ball?
Well, yeah. Oh, hit the bag.
Got the bag. Just a touch of it.
Where do you stand on instant replay for the Silver softball game?
I think long as we have it, we should use all the technology available to us.
I could not agree more, Johnny Anderson.
I do not find human error part of the charm of the national pastime.
Or any sport.
No, I think that getting it right is awesome.
Here's the thing: like you look at Wimbledon was just happening the last couple weeks. Has it helped Wimbledon? Yeah. Does it affect the flow game? No.
Matt Kinsey, boy, that'd be a home run if they were playing in a silo. Oh. Haley Reinhart, she purported to have played high school softball, but must have been a very small high school.
Well, in Haley's defense, she's very cute.
Has a bow in her hair, looks lovely. Matt Kinsey still at the plate. Nobody's getting that one. Kinsey, our wounded warrior, with a home run and fireworks to boot.
See, I hope George doesn't give Haley the stink eye now, because second chances can't have that in celebrity softball. You just can't.
You can't give them extra outs. So, and a standing ovation. A lot of cheers for the home runs previously. This is the first standing ovation we've had. And a hug from Jenny Finch. Not terrible at home plate.
8-run inning.
17-7, the National League.
I'm so unhappy with how Bo Jackson has managed this game, I can't even tell you.
David Cook at third calls that one. David Nail makes the out. So an 8 spot to put a lot of room between the two sides. 17-7 as we go to the home half of the 5th. Welcome back to the 2012 Taco Bell All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball Game, brought to you by Taco Bell.
Oh, steroid. They were up there, though, the Red Sox did.
Back for the home half of the fifth inning here for the American League. Ricky Henderson back leading off, which is some disappointment to Bill, who would rather see him be interviewed than actually bat at this point in his career. But, you know, make do.
Come on, Ricky.
Ricky's still trying to be trotting.
Yeah,
how do you pick a hat if you're Ricky Henderson? I get you got the A's, but there's like 9 of them. You just go to the rack, just pull one off and think, yeah, I played with them.
That's always interesting when the guys who've been on a million teams, when they have that Hall of Fame choice. What did Wade Boggs do?
Henderson, a rip over there. For a single.
Was Wade Boggs? I think he picked Tampa. He did something really outrageously dumb.
I believe in Cooperstown that the Hall of Fame chooses for you.
Oh, my guy's up.
In that.
We got to get this guy back on the base pass.
All right, here's Cam. Eric Stone Street, Cam from Modern Family. Man, he's got SAG Awards. He's got Emmys. He doesn't need a home run here. I'd like to get a piece of it, though, I think.
Oh, no. Look, Jenny Finch shouldn't pitch this whole game.
Why
she pitched her whole life. Put her in right field. Put her in left field. Put her somewhere.
Popped up.
Yeah, I feel like the American League has really lost the will to compete in this game. And I keep looking at Bo Jackson. I didn't like his lineup. I didn't like some of the defensive rotations out there. I didn't like what I saw tonight.
Can we get any like prop bet fifth inning on, something like that? Is there any way to?
Well, now obviously it's a 10-run game. I think
Matt Castle.
I think the prop bet would be, do they win by double figures or not? National League, and I would say yes, because again, I feel like the American League is rolling over here. I'm very disappointed.
Matt Castle down to third. They got 2. Nope. Nearly turned 2.
Matt Castle was running to first with the speed of somebody who didn't want to be fined by his team if he pulled a hammy before minicamp.
Well, it wasn't until he got about halfway when he realized that.
Yeah.
Winfield makes the snare down there at third and flips it over to Matt Kinsey, who tried to make the turn and pulled Garvey off the bag, but they got 1 and 2 we got now for the National League is George Brett.
Wow.
Disgusted with himself as he flies out to Boca Raton.
Biggest disappointment of this game when you get the George Brett homer.
Not yet, and he's going to have, but it appears we're going to at least need the home half of the Final inning of play here at the 2012 Taco Bell All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball Game. John Anderson, Bill Simmons, the sports guy, Steve Garvey stepping in. His team up by 10.
Garvey, an MVP candidate.
Yeah. He
had a couple big
play there.
Couple big RBI hits. Got a kiss from Chrissy Teigen, right?
Could be good. Yep.
And now
going to make it out here.
That's not happening. Oh.
Sweeney makes the out there. Brings up Paul DeMail. So we get down to the bottom of the order. I like him in the 12 spot. I think he's a good 12 hitter. He makes the out there. And Cook's has made a lot of plays out there. He would probably be your Gold Glover.
Yeah, he's been good. I've been most shocked by him, I think. I thought, anybody who has the beard where you have the Miami Vice razor, I'm always a little suspect of how you're going to be athletically at anything. And I think he's been pretty good.
Carlos Bocanegra. Called strike from George Brett.
George is getting all the calls.
Bocanegra. Now, I believe that should be a ground rule double. It went through the fencing.
That's kind of the natural.
Right through the fencing. Yeah, it was a goal. He's used to hitting it, something the size of a barn, but smaller area. He's good with that as well. Mark him down for a ground rule double and give Ollie Smith another shot at it. The Wizard. Right now, no matter what he does against George Brett just looks at him and goes, 1985, good. Hit your home run, whatever. Nice. Appreciate you. Right? Talk about a no-lose situation if you're George Brett.
He's making a lot of Joaquin Enderhart jokes right now.
Yeah. I think, by the way, between he and Tudor, they have finally fixed the bathrooms in the dugouts here in the clubhouse.
Oh, that's good.
Ozzie Smith stepping in against George Brett. And the way I see it, right, there's no way that George Brett loses this. Even if you hit it a mile, I don't care if you put it in the fountains, right? Hey, guess what? Remember when we won in 85 and I had a World Series ring?
And he makes like 3 Joaquin Enderhart jokes.
Hey, good single by you. Go ahead, take 2. I'm not even mad. Haley Reinhart out there trying to finally retrieve it. But yeah, George is like, okay, nothing hurt.
I think like if you wanted to lead any professional athlete's life over like a 40-year span, George Brett is kind of up there. It seemed like he lived it right.
Yep.
Big ladies man, was a big third baseman. Did all the stuff you would do in that situation, or you'd like to think you would.
Hit 390.
Hit 390. He was his generation's Derek Jeter, basically.
Yeah. He was a bachelor well into his career. Might not have got married until after he retired.
Most guys get married and then just stay bachelors, but he actually just was a bachelor.
Another St. Louis guy in. John Hamm against George Brett. Shoots that by Sweeney at third. He's going to take the extra base. Is there a need to take an extra base in a celebrity softball game when you're up 11?
I'll tell you, Don Draper has done some shady things on that show. Nothing as shady as the 11-run lead, stealing second base there. Wow.
There's got to be some sort of kangaroo court fine even for that.
Here we go.
Oh, man.
All right, we'll see. All right, big guy.
I have asked Dave Winfield to not hit a home run.
Oof. Foul ball.
Just foul. I don't know if you could hear that, Eric.
Oh, they're saying that's a homer.
Again, celebrity softball, you need the instant replay. Now Winfield, I think, becomes your MVP with that, doesn't it?
Is that 2 or 3 homers for him?
Although those are meaningless runs at this point. You look at it again. Foul. That ball is foul.
Horrible call. And as far as I'm concerned, my American League wager is now null and void because this game is clearly fixed. I just want to say before the game,
yes,
our producer Jeff, I was going to pick the National League.
He passionately
talked to the American League and went through the lineup and picked apart each guy, and I'm really mad at him right now.
Yeah, so I guess technically since it went over, much like we don't have a foul pole there, but if it curved around the foul pole, that would still be a home run. So I don't think Winfield is up to any no good here. I think that's legitimate.
I think the only thing I would say is I like my home runs to land fair.
For the fans, they want to see Jim.
Come on. How many have wrapped around pesky pole that you went, that wasn't, that landed maybe a little, you took them all.
You can live in a delusional world where that was a home run. I'm gonna keep pretending that it was not.
So for you, the game is only 18-7, while for the rest of it's 21-7.
Well, has there ever been a route like this in the Taco Bell Celebrity Softball game?
I don't know, but
I feel like there hasn't.
But this is going to keep Denton around for another year.
You think?
Although it's getting late, we should kill him. We do need to put him in the ground at some point and try to figure out who did it.
Yeah.
Andre Dawson. So, take a look at the complex here in Kansas City. The ballpark side by side, Kauffman Stadium, Arrowhead Stadium. It's appropriate. 21-7, I guess. Matt Castle should feel right at home
football
in
score.
this. Yep.
25 hits is a lot.
Many. And Denton. Like, who would do it? Who could we have Denton? Who could take out Denton?
The crowd was...
Raleigh Fingers, because he has this nefarious mustache, right? So we could make Raleigh Fingers would maybe
I'd suspect him or one of the girls.
Or one of the ladies, sure.
Look at Cook. I'm disappointed in the crowd there because they probably should have sensed that it was James Denton, his last celebrity at bat. And you get up. You show some respect to the man.
To the great ones. 21-7. Work to do in the home half of the sixth for the American League. Do you suppose the American League team has a 14-run rally?
No.
You don't see it?
I don't see it at all. I see us heavily editing this after the inning.
Make it quick, boys. Well, Sweeney tried to hit that 100,000 miles.
Oh, boy. Winfield just blew the MVP right there. It's going to somebody else.
Just like that, out of control. You can't miss that play.
I give it to Matt Kinsey.
It is amazing to me that no one, outside of the two wounded Warriors in their first at-bats when they got the wonderful ovations, no one has drawn more reaction than Bill Self from this crowd. Not George Brett, not Bo Jackson, Bill Self.
Polarizing.
And Jenny wound up on him. See, and now all the Missouri people are like, well, if you're going to do that, at least hit him. Right? You don't want to, the Kansas people are deciding that to be unfair.
Oh, my God.
Doesn't look like there's 20 years of rust on that. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner, though, for Self.
I don't know whether to applaud 80% of this crowd for still being here or say get a life.
Question
I can't decide. Yeah, or question them. Oh, there are fireworks after
There
the
are
game.
fireworks after the game.
Our
yes,
producer
so
Jeff
perhaps-
has screwed over my pick puzzles.
So Overstreet. Look at that, right back to the bench. Way to run it out.
Whoa!
John Hamm now in the outfield.
Hammy!
And he's using one of the gloves they've given specifically for this game. That's part of the thing. You keep your uniform. They give you the team hat. And then the gloves that some major leaguers have designed that the guys were complaining about a little bit because they weren't, it's a glove. You can't break that in 12 minutes. But they're trying.
And
so one out here in the sixth.
It sounded like an excuse. The crowd does want Bo Jackson right now. I don't know if you...
Sol Vasquez, the Wounded Warrior, batting here. But, yeah, the crowd, I think, wants to see at least one swing from Bo Jackson. Oh, Ozzie couldn't quite pick it. So Sweeney. Now, that run, does it matter to you? That run, to me, is unearned, obviously.
Yep.
So it's 21-8, but that run unearned.
Hey, John, when I was a kid, I used to love when the Red Sox played in Kansas City because I loved the waterfall.
Yep.
I love the waterfall and Bernie Brewer. Those were always the two best teams for the Red Sox to play. It's a little emotional looking at the waterfall right now.
David Cook inside out. He's got the 13-run rally cap on. He's going to get a couple. Nope. Denton again. I mean, he just takes command out there.
Yeah. Now this is the last half inning overplaying a Soviet softball game.
Till we got Joe Carter. They want Bo. Bo is waving off the crowd. He says no. They're going to get Joe, not Bo.
Bo's pointing to his hip.
Bo is saying no. Can't we have a courtesy runner? That happens all the time.
Yeah, we do it with my dad in the Simmons family softball game.
So take your hacks and just have a courtesy runner.
It might happen.
This applause is going to cut out a lot of your jokes.
This is fantastic. I got goosebumps. I'm not even kidding.
Let's go. What's the wager? Home run or out? It's like home run or all or nothing here at home.
Home run, 4-1 odds, and I'm betting on the home run because he's Bo Jackson and he played two sports at the same time. It was amazing. It was also the greatest video game football player of all time.
Yeah, you. How many columns have you written on Tecmo Bowl?
Oh, at least 40. I've written columns about the columns that I wrote.
Oh yeah, we gotta have gloves now.
This is great.
So, a man of the people.
I think if we
this is a mandate from the crowd in Kansas City that Bo taking it back. And Joe Carter graciously giving up his spot.
If he hits a homer, I say end the game fireworks.
Call it good.
One unfell swoop.
Get it all done. She's not going to give. Jenny Finch will not play here. She'll give him something to hit.
No, that wasn't a good pitch. Come on,
no,
Jenny.
but she's not going to windmill Bo Jackson.
Oh yeah.
And look at the American League squad. They are ready to just jump out there and go crazy. Oh, he just missed it. And Ozzie Smith will make the final out of the game.
Crestfallen.
21-8. The National League All-Stars and celebrities win it. A crestfallen Bill Simmons, but the crowd got exactly what they wanted.
All right, fans, down to the field for our MVP presentation. Here's Tim Kirchin.
The MVP of the celebrity softball game is Wounded Warrior Matt Kinsey. And presenting, Don Unroh of Taco Bell. Matt, you are surrounded by celebrities and Hall of Fame players. How big a thrill is it that you are the MVP of this game?
Well, it's one of the biggest honors of my life. It was an honor to play here. We had a great crowd. It was an honor to play with you guys. I tip my hat to you. Thank you very much. God bless America. Thank you all.
You told me you played a triple header yesterday in Wisconsin. How much softball do you play?
We play quite a bit. We're on 3 weekends in a row coming up, about twice a month right now, 3 times a month. So we're playing a lot.
And when that ball went over the fence with your home run, what were you thinking?
Well, I thought I was going to get out with the first swing I took. I thought I was going to, foul back there, but got a good swing on it, and I couldn't believe I got a hold of it. It was a surreal feeling. I don't have the words to explain it.
Thank you, Matt. Let's hear it one more time for the MVP of the celebrity softball game.